Hello everybody, and it's the first kit of 2023. It seems ages since I did a kit for you all, but I'm back up and running again now, got my new glasses, and I've no excuse now for anything being crooked, or at least that's what I'm saying. This is the beautiful first kit that we're doing, and it's using John's notched circle frame and the Shirley flowers. I've put a little tag with just for you on. You will not have a tag in your kit. I've put enough of the card, the white card and the pink, for you to choose your own sentiment and stamp it. Because it's not everybody, you may want it for a different occasion for what I've actually done this one for, but I'm sure you will love it. I'm going to go through what you get in the kit. You will have your cover sheet, which goes through everything that is in the kit. It gives you the numbers of the J&D dies. Now, I've suggested that you use the 3M craft mount spray if you have it. Don't worry if you haven't, you can use ordinary glue, but it just takes a little bit longer with ordinary glue. And again, with the glue gel, you can use it if you've got it. If not, you can just use, you just need to allow a little bit longer if you use the glue gel for it to dry. But other than that, everything else is in your kit. So I'll just go through it. Everything will be in your envelope. So I'm just going to, whoops, take it all out of the envelope if I can. Put that over there. You'll have a little envelope in here which has got the flowers, gems and leaves. I think in mine I've actually got the centre panel because I cut that first. So those will be actually in your kit folded up. But you'll have your beautiful flowers. I'm not going to take them out just yet. I'll take them out close to the time of needing them. So I'll pop those to a side. And so these are all your pieces. They've all been cut for you. And you can decide whether you want a side fold or whether you want the tent fold. I must admit, I now go for the tent fold with anything that has got flowers or any embellishments on the front, as it helps them stand better. These are the two pieces of card that I said that you can stamp and cut your own sentiments from. I would suggest that you use a grey ink rather than black, as there is no black in the rest of the card and it would look quite stark. I'll put those bits to one side as well. And so we'll start off with all these bits. So you'll notice there's a square cut out. This is this piece that I've taken out. You don't see that when it's popped onto the card, so it was easy to take that piece of card out to use for the backing of the trellis. So I'm now going to make a start just using ordinary PVA glue. It is the Craft Artist glue that I've just decanted into another, whoops, yeah, I was going to say I didn't think it was going to come out then, into another bottle. Just make it a little bit easier. So again, just going to go round the edge. Make sure you just get right round, especially around the curve, as that sometimes does take a little bit of, I wouldn't say wear, but it's, if anything's going to catch it, maybe just on those edges. And also just a little bit just round the cutout piece in the centre. Just helps to keep it laid flat. So again, that's all I'm doing on there. And I'm going to line this up on my card and just make sure that it's even. Oops, just move that up slightly. As I say, no excuse now for crooked lines. And that, from what I can see there, looks square. Now, you can, if you wish, put this on with foam tape. But we've got to be, we must, I'll get my teeth right in a minute. We must be, I'll start again. We must be aware of the new postal charges that are coming in. So obviously we don't want to be piling a lot of foam tape on to keep them at a lower rate. So exactly the same with this one. You'll have to excuse me. I'm just getting over a cold, and as I say, sometimes it just catches me in the back of my throat. So this is all you do, exactly the same with this one, just round the edge. And the colours that I've used on this is the Craft Artist Fuchsia Pink. It is on the cover sheet, and the Craft Artist Essential card, which is the Coconut White. These colours go beautiful together. And again, just balance these so they are equal. And again, I think that that is equal. Just pop that over to a side. And this is the lovely frame from the Notched Circles frame, and it is beautiful. These holes, the circles that are put in here, you don't have to put them in. So that is how you can cut the base that will go underneath. You can actually put those together and make a centerpiece. There is so much variation to do on this. It is a beautiful die, and it's so flexible, absolutely flexible. So again, just need to go all around the edge. Now this is where, if you wish, you can do this with spray glue. It's entirely up to you. But as I say, I'm just going to do this both on the outer edge and on the inner edge. So if you can see, I'm just running it around on the inner edge at the moment. Just all the way around. I'm almost got out of the habit of doing videos. I'll have to get back into it, won't I? Just putting a little bit on those wider edges, wider areas. And again, just work it round the outer edge. And down this side as well. Again, round that corner. And just pick that up there. And again, just on that edge along here. And I'm going to leave this face down. Just move this out of the way. Just going to pop that on the mat. And it's easier to put this on from the reverse, because it is a perfect fit. So as you can see there, it's an absolute perfect fit. And by putting it on from the back, you can see exactly where it goes. Now, you've got white foam tape. That is the reason why. All mine that I've got have all come to pieces. And I obviously couldn't cut these off to go into your kits, so I've used the white. Don't know what is up with this, but it is, it's a nuisance, is this. They're all coming apart. Oops. Going to just chop these off. Don't need to worry too much about in the actual notch corner, because your tape, it is going fairly close to there. So just run that like that. As you can see, all the backing is coming off these, and I've just no idea why. It's been an absolute nightmare as this. So, trying to keep it down. So we're going to bring our card back in. I'm going to put, this is one of John's non-stick mats, and it is amazing, it really is, because you can put your card onto a line when you're lining things up and it doesn't move. It's brilliant. So again, I'm just going to take the back of the foam tape and just put some dabs of glue just to take off the static so it doesn't grab the card too quick. Take that and I'm going to bring this over a bit more so that it's more in front of me. And again, just hover over and drop that down. So it's beautiful as that. You could use this square, this frame, for putting decoupage in or anything like that. It's so beautiful, or just flowers. It is really beautiful. So now we're going to actually put the lattice together. So you've got 3 pieces for the lattice. You've got the backing. You've got 2 that look exactly the same, but we rotate one so that it goes over like that. So this time I am going to use a fine nozzle to get in these little bits. It's a bit easier than using the bigger one. If you've got foam tape, not foam tape, 3D craft mount, 3M craft mount, use that. You'll find it's a lot easier to put together. But I'm going to use ordinary glue. And all I'm doing is just adding, you don't need a lot, just dabs on. You don't need to run it on a straight line, just dab bits just along your lines. I do the lines first before I do the outer edge. I just find that I can keep hold of it and guide it better without doing the outer edge first. And then it's a case of just, you can run a straight line around the outer edge. As I say, the fine nozzle is very, very useful for this. And again, just on this last bit. And let's get my tweezers. So first of all, take up the pink and pop this on again from the reverse. So you'll see there, it fits beautifully. So again, just make sure that it's all firmly stuck down. Pop that to a side. We're now going to work on the second piece. So again, just put in some odd dots down the diagonal lines. And it just helps to hold it flat. You don't have to, but you will. If you don't, it will show a lovely shadow effect. So it's entirely up to you, but you do need to make sure that the outer edges are firmly down. Again, just oops. And again, just run a single line just round the outer edge, outer line, all the way around. And again, it's like that. And this is where we now rotate. So instead of it going, instead of it going the same way, we need to take it 1/4 turn. So we now end up with a beautiful lattice. Just going to rub that well on the back. So there's the beautiful lattice. And this is going to go in the centre of the card here. We need to put our foam tape on. So I'm just putting 3 pieces of foam tape across, one on either end and one in the middle. I don't want it to be above the height of the frame because the flowers and leaves are going round the frame. Move that away. And again, I'm going to add just a dab of glue on these to take off the static before I pop it on the card. There's nothing worse than having it grab so quick and you can't lift it then without damaging it. So again, bring the card in so that it's close to you, so you can see where you're going to put this straight. And then if you hold it so that your top, bottom and your sides are level, just press that down. That is your base card now, beautifully done. Put this to a side and bring in my foam mat that I'm going to use for, I just put the top on the glue so that it doesn't dry up. It's really warm in here today, it's beautiful. It's warm outside as well. I think summer's come. Right, so be careful how you take these out. So those are your leaves and your beautiful Shirley flowers. Just going to pop these into size order. That the same one, yep. And that's that one. That's the bigger one. That's the little one, that's the little one, that's a big one, and that's that. What we're going to do is, very, very simply, just literally press in the middle and circle round. Press in the middle and circle round. So it just gives you a nice little, oops, lost it, where is it? Where's the other one? So we want to do this to all of them, and then we'll pop them all together. That the same, yeah. That's the same one, where's? And pop those up there. Oops. And that's that one. I'm just going to just check on where I put the, that's it. So then going on to these slightly smaller ones, and again doing exactly the same. Press and circle. Move this up a bit. Press and circle. And press and circle. And then these little ones, which I'm going to use for the centres, again is exactly the same. It is press in the centre and circle. Press in the centre and circle. Press in the centre and circle. And that's the last one. I'm going to use the Craft Artist Glue Glaze. You can use ordinary glue for this. It's not a problem. Just going to put a dab in the middle. And just move that so you can see what I'm doing. Oops. And then offset it like that. And again, just a dab in the centre and pop one of the little centre ones in. Put that to a side. Do it again with the others. Now you can layer these flowers up as you wish, but as I say, for this card, this is how I've done them. But it's entirely up to you if you wish to layer them up differently. Oops, so that's that. Put a dab of glue in there and a dab in that one. And press down. Lovely is this Shirley flower, it's just a bit different. And press the centres in. And I'm going to put the dewdrops in now, and then it can all dry off together. Oops. I'm going to, oops, when they want to come out. Just make sure that you've got your dewdrops the right way round, because there is a flat side and a dome side. So make sure that your dome side is upwards. I'll get my pickup tool. And again, just a dab of glue into these. And pick up the dewdrops and just drop them in. Oops, move that. And the whiteness of the glue, as it dries, will, whoops, throwing everything on the floor. Don't know where that's gone. There it is. Get it. Oh. So I'm going to pop these flowers just to a side for a moment while we work on the leaves. And the leaves you can do in one of two ways. You've got two small ones, which I use for one corner, and the two bigger ones. I use my long tweezers, whoops, and I just pop them down the tweezer down the centre and just fold over like this. It just gives them a bit of shape on your card. And just takes the flatness off. You don't need to do them right down to the bottom, as they're going to be covered with your flowers. So I'm going to leave the three little ones at the bottom. I'm going to pop that upside down, whoops, on there for the moment. And again, just do this with the second large ones. Oops. Just going round like this. And put that on upside down. The reason being, I am going to put some dabs of glue gel just onto the inside of those before we put them on the card. Making sure I've got my card the right way up. Going to, whoops, get a bit of kitchen roll and just take the top bit off that's gone dry. And I'm using just a toothpick. I'm just going to take a dab off and just pop them just in the centre of the leaf. Don't need to be a lot, just a little bit. Just on like this. A little bit just like that. Whoops, just got that. Going to leave that to a side for the moment. Whoops. And I'm going to take my tweezers, put a dab of glue on these bottom, whoops, just on the bottom leaves. And I'm going to take this up with my tweezers and I'm going to lay this down like that and arrange where I want the leaves to go. And just make sure that the glue is holding them, yeah, like that. Do the same with the second one, so just put the wet glue on now while I've got it handy. As I say, the flowers will hold them in place. But again, just a wee bit of glue gel on them. Just helps to hold them in place, but do bear in mind that the glue gel does take overnight to cure properly, so just take care. As I say, you don't have to use the glue gel, you can just use ordinary glue and pop that like that. And now again, pick them up with the, I'm just going to pop that like that, and whoops, and turning my flowers over, going to pop some glue gel on the back of them, just in the centre of each one on the reverse. Going to pop my lid back on here. Well, when I find where it's gone to. Everything's ending up on the floor today. And put that out of the way. So I'm going to put one, the big ones, in the centre of the leaves at the bottom corner. Then I'm going to take, whoops, one each of the smaller ones and pop those in there. Pop this bigger one up in the top corner, and I'm just going to add, whoops, a tiny wee bit of glue just onto my mat to dip the other leaves into. Makes it a lot easier. So I'm going to take those and just going to dip those in like that, and I'm going to push those just under the flower at the top corner. Turn that round and slide that under at that side. And it's at this point that if you were going to add a sentiment, you would add it in there before you finish your card, or you could leave it to one side until you've got an occasion that you want to use it for. You've still got your pieces of card that you can use, so you can stamp it and put whatever you want onto there. Just make a little tag to go on there. And what I would do is I would just slot those inside there so that you've got it if you don't wish to put a tag in just at the moment. I'm going to pop that there like that. That is what was the sample. That is the one we've made today. And I hope you enjoy making this card. And I'll see you on the next video. Take care. Goodbye, everybody.